This is Isa with the weekly Moon Almanac according to my Living by the Moon calendar for this next coming week, December 13th through 19th in 2021. The week starts with Aries. Actually, we're already in Aries. This Sunday, Aries is a fire day. It governs the head and the upper jaw, the ears, the eyes, and it is a very intense day. It's usually a mental day where we think a lot, where we are prone to have good ideas. Aries, as a fire day, isn't as is supposedly warmer than normal. Definitely no rain in the forecast for today. That can change. Tuesday and Wednesday are in Taurus. Earth days are notorious for snow and rainfall, at least here in the Black Hills, whether the forecast says it so or not. Taurus governs the lower part of the head, teeth and throat and ears, and it's a cool day, so the body craves salt. Make sure to take care of your ears and your teeth and your throat on those days. They are most vulnerable in those days. Taurus actually is for 3 days, including Thursday, so there's 3 days of potential snow and rainfall next week. In the same time span, you see here on my calendar, it's the first day of Yule Tide. The traditional way was celebrating at least 12 days, 6 days prior and 6 days after the winter solstice, which is this year on the 21st. It's the shortest day of the year, and it was always celebrated as the Festival of Light, because that was the hopeful day, the most hopeful day that the next year will bring more light and more life. Winter was always a very tough time, so celebrating the light to return was a very old tradition, and is continued to this day even with Christmas. It's also 3 days before the full moon, and 3 days before the full moon in November or December is always the best day to cut a Christmas tree or branches, because at that time frame they will not go brown, they will not lose their needles, they will hold fresh for a very long time, and so this is the perfect day to cut those trees. I remember in Germany that there were certain trees when you bought a Christmas tree that were twice as pricey as other ones, and that was because they were cut on those days, and it was known that they would last a lot longer, especially indoors when with the heat and all these kind of things. So then Friday and Saturday are governed by Gemini. Gemini is an air day, an air sign. It's usually the transition is more windy. It governs our shoulders, arms, and hands. Make sure you're warm, otherwise everything is going to hurt. Now, Saturday also is a full moon. Traditionally in the Celtic realm, it was called the oak moon. The last moon in December, or the moon in December, was called the oak moon, for its strength and for its perseverance. Gemini governs as a light day. We're craving fat on those days. Full moon days are always very good for fertilizing. If you have house plants, just fertilize them on those days. That is not a bad day for that. Do not prune anything on full moons, because that's what's going to kill the plant. So then, of course, Sunday is the 4th of Advent, so it's a few days before Christmas. 4 candles. That's what's always how we celebrated it at home. We had a wreath with 4 candles, and each Sunday before Christmas, another candle was lit. Sunday itself is governed by Cancer. Cancer is a water day, governs the chest, stomach, and liver, and we're craving carbohydrates. So Cancer days can be watery, can be moist. It's not necessarily that it rains or snows on those days. It feels it feels colder, or it feels more moist. It feels more watery, more damp in those on those days. And again, once after full moon, the signs are changing. So then we're getting a lot more active again in the waning moon phase. So it starts right off the bat with a good day, or two good days, probably the 20th, I'm sure, is a Cancer day too, with watering your plants, with washing your windows if you really want to, and doing your laundry. So those are the last preparations before, and the waning moon phase is always more given to those, encouraging more to those, to activities, to physical activities. Just before the full moon, we're less active, we're less likely to be active. And on full moon, everything that you gathered up in the last 2 weeks, emotionally, mentally, and physically, will come out, bursting out, just like a waterfall, breaking the dam. And so, and it goes for everybody. So be aware of people being a little bit out of sorts and a little bit emotional. Those are the most prone days for accidents and for rash decisions and short-sighted behavior and kind of emotional behavior too. Full moon is not the perfect day to travel. The day after is a lot better, because everything has been released, and it's a much easier in the temperament that day. This is the week of December 13th through 19th, and please let me know if this is anything you want me to continue. Otherwise, in the new year, if I don't get any feedback, I might just do this whole thing as a write-up, as a little article here on Facebook, instead of as a video. And hi, Tim. And that's it for today. I don't think there's anything more unless you have questions. For the symbols, Taurus, Aries and Taurus days are good days for shopping and for canning and for storing food. Gemini days are usually good for baking and not so much for anything else. If you have any questions, please just let me know, and we'll wrap it up for today. Thank you.